Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you have joined the Global Stampin' Video Hop. Our theme for this hop is new, so we have creations perhaps for new babies, a new home, a new beginning, or maybe even just sharing a new product. When you're through with this video, you'll want to check the links below to hop around to the other participating YouTube channels. But before you go, let's flip this camera around and see what new themed project I have for you. For this card, we're going to be using the Meadow stamp set. You can find it on page 23 in the mini catalog, and it is the third in what I call stampscaping sets from Stampin' Up. The first two are Waterfront and Snowfront. So let's take a look at the card that we're going to make. Here it is. And we're going to be using Balmy Blue, Mango Melody, Flirty Flamingo, and Pretty Peacock. So let me open these up and get my pieces ready here. So you're going to need your silicone craft mat. Mine is right here. And a brayer. And there's my sponge brayer. So I'm putting my Pretty Peacock down here in the bottom. I've got Balmy Blue here at the top. Let me close that up and move it out of the way. I'm putting some Mango Melody over here on the bottom. And then the Flirty Flamingo here at the top. And then I have my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to take just part of my brayer and roll it in some of the Balmy Blue, and then roll it off a little bit. I just want it lightly blue here at the top. And then I'm going to roll in some of, and no, I'm not really cleaning my brayer in between. I'm going to roll in some of the Mango Melody. I actually got up early this morning. I tried this last night and couldn't quite get the look that I wanted, so I made sure I was up in time to see the sunrise this morning. And then some of this Flirty Flamingo, and I'm rolling it down a little and then up a little into that Mango Melody, not looking to get it dark, just a little bit of a blend in there. You want the hints of pink. And if you've been up early in the morning, you know what I'm talking about. The sun rises in bands of color just like it goes down. Okay, and then down at the bottom, we're going to pick up some of this Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to start down at the bottom and work my way up the card. Okay, let's move my mat out of the way, and then I bring the Pretty Peacock in, and I have this cloud stamp, but I've got the footer side up rather than the image side up. And I'm going to use that and add some hills along the back here. I live in a place where it's not completely flat, so my sunrises always come up over the hills. Okay, let me close this up now and grab my Stamparatus. And we're going to put this card in. And let's see, here we go. I have the gazebo from Waterfront, and decide how exactly I want to position this. Okay. And then we're going to ink that in Memento. And because this is a highly textured stamp, you may want to ink lightly and ink again, which is what we're going to do here, so that you don't fill up all the little dots and have just a blot of ink. And I think I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, and before I can move on to the next step now, I need to dry this with my heat tool, so I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I have dried this with my heat tool, and then I'm going to take my embossing buddy and give it a rub. And let's open this up. This is copper Stampin' Emboss powder. And then I have some little clustered dots from my Meadow. And we're going to create a little walkway of stepping stones. And so sprinkle and flick, and then we don't want it to be all one-dimensional in terms of the shape. So using a couple of other shapes. And the reason that I'm embossing, sprinkling, and such between stamping is because I can't see where I have stamped in the Versamark. So this way I can see that. Let's get that off the mat there. So we've got some stepping stones. Let me pour this back into my jar here. And then we're going to add some clouds. Now I don't think that you'll be able to see the clouds in the camera, but they add some nice texture. So this is the same stamp that I used along here for the hills, but now I've got it over on the right side. And we're going to do the same thing, this time with white Stampin' Emboss powder, and stamp and sprinkle. And we just want to put a couple of these in. Again, as the sun rises, there are clouds in the sky. So I'm going to pour this back in and take this and heat emboss, and I'll be back for the next step. Okay, so next we're going to add a little bit of the grassy tufts, again using one of the stamps from my Meadow and Mossy Meadow ink. Maybe a little more right there. Okay, and then finally we're going to add the sentiment. Now the sentiment comes from the Celebration set Power of Hope, and we're going to use this one, Today is a Day for New Beginnings, which seemed perfect for the theme of today's global Stampin' Video hop. We were supposed to do either use something new or do something about new, and a new beginning is certainly new. So I'm just going to line this up with my mark that I've already put here on my grid paper, and hold my page down here with some magnets and check and make sure, yes, that we are going to be in the right place. So inking this with the memento, and I'm going to do that one more time and I may do that again one more time. My ink pad is a little on the drier side. I'd rather add more ink than worry that I've put too much on and you can't do anything about that. So let's take this out of here and put it on the base. We're using Pretty Peacock for the base and multi-purpose glue for my adhesive. Give it a center here. Okay, and that's got it. The Stampscaped New Beginning card using the My Meadow stamp set. Be sure to use the links below my video to tour the rest of today's global Stampin' blog hop, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here and hop on over to my blog theartfulinker.com and see what else is going on. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great day. This was Sara Levin, the Artful Inker, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator.